السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. كل عام وأنتم بخير. It is my pleasure and honor to be sharing this presentation with you from Boston. But before I start, I would like to congratulate my dearest friend, Dr. Hassanin, for the success of this conference. And I had been part of this development from the scratch. So I'm so happy to see all this crowd coming together from all over the globe to watch this presentation. A lot of you are asking usually, will we gain weight in Ramadan? We will lose weight in Ramadan. What we can do to do it or to prevent the weight gain in Ramadan? As you heard yesterday from Dr. Abdul Gabbar, that a significant number of people are gaining weight at the end of Ramadan. So we have to ask ourselves, obesity in Ramadan is inevitable or it is preventable? So let me tell you first about the challenge that we have in Ramadan that leads to hyperglycemia and significant weight gain. We know in Ramadan, a lot of people are consuming large meals, which means that a meal more than 1,500 calories, they consume large amount of highly processed carbohydrates and sugar, sugary desserts, large and frequent snacks between iftar and suhoor. People are eating too quickly, so they don't feel the satiety and continue to eat. People are eating suhoor so early and they get hungry. They consume large amount of high glycemic index carbohydrates at suhoor, frying food, don't do that much exercise. So in reality, what happens is that by the end of Ramadan, people end up with weight gain between half kilogram to 2 kilogram if they are not following a healthy lifestyle and diet plan during Ramadan. So there is definitely a significant amount of benefits from weight loss. This is a study that we did almost 22 years ago, showing that when people lose 7% of their body weight, insulin sensitivity improves by 57%. This is enough to reverse the diabetes in the very early stage. So we know that weight loss is very important. Ramadan is a kind of intermittent fasting, and we have many types of intermittent fasting. But before we go in that type of intermittent fasting, I would like to let you know that intermittent fasting is the most trendy way of eating in the United States right now. And as you can see, in comparison to the other dietary plan, intermittent fasting is on the top. So we know there are several ones like alternate day fasting or 2 days per week fasting or 3 days per week fasting. But the type of intermittent fasting in Ramadan is what's called time-restricted eating. So time-restricted eating means the restriction of eating is beyond 12 hours. So 12 hours or more. It depends on which month the Ramadan sit on and where you are located. But in general, people who are fasting for more than 12 hours, this is what's called time-restricted eating. So how to induce weight loss in Ramadan and prevent weight gain? In reality, people in Ramadan, if they use Ramadan in a very good way, this is the best opportunity for them to lose weight. And that's why I advise everyone to take Ramadan as an initial step for a good journey for weight reduction if that person is overweight or obese, and could be a possibility for remission if that person is newly diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And the key is for people to reduce caloric intake. Everyone know about it. And then distribute the macronutrients in a very efficient way between suhoor and iftar and snacks. So here is a simple guide that for men, they can be on 1,800 to 2,200 calories. That's the usual way. So if you need weight reduction, you will go to the lower limit of the range, 1,800 calories per day. For women, usually women consume between 1,500 and 2,000 calories, so they can reduce to the minimum, which is 1,500 calories. And then for shorter women, shorter than 1.5 meter, they can go down to 1,200 calories. But you have to maintain a very good ratio between consuming those calories between suhoor and iftar and snack. So I'm assuming if people consume 30 to 40% of their caloric intake in suhoor and 40 to 50% of caloric intake in iftar and just 10 to 20% for snacks, between one or two snacks between iftar and suhoor, this will achieve that target. And people can lose between half to 1 kilogram per week. Now let us move to a very important point. Can Ramadan be an opportunity for people with diabetes to get remission through weight loss? And the reality is yes. And I will get you the most updated program that we started at Joslin Diabetes Center 2.5 years ago, and it's very, very successful and implemented across the globe. The program is called DROP program, or Diabetes Remission Outcome Program. And the whole idea is to take people with diabetes who are newly diagnosed and stop all their medication from the beginning of the program. We know that remission now is defined very, very well to A1C less than 6.5 on no medications. So any intervention that leads to no medication for a period of 3 months or more, this will be considered remission. So the drug program is not for everyone with type 2 diabetes, only for people with diabetes with duration less than 5 years who are on 2 medications, not on insulin, can be on any injectable, can be on any oral, even at maximum dose, and their A1C at the beginning of the program less than 8%. And the reason for coming with these 3 criteria that we found in all our registry of weight reduction, that those are the people who can get remission from diabetes if they follow a very nice implemented multidisciplinary program for weight reduction. So the program is 2 phases. One phase is the intervention phase, which is 12 weeks. So Ramadan can be the first 4 weeks of that wave. And then maintenance phase for 9 months. So let me first show you the caloric intake during both phases. In the intervention phase, we give people between 800 to 1,000 calories. So this is what's called very low calorie diet. And during the maintenance, we return them back to 1,500 to 1,800 calorie diet. So women, 1,500, men, 1,800. But during intervention phase, women 800 and men 1,000. We gave them a diabetes specific formula to break their fast, and also we give them a structured menus for their dinner, which will be in that scenario the iftar. So the way that we do it, people fast like Ramadan for 16 hours. Then they break their fast on 200 calories, and then they will have a meal which is 600 to 800. So the total, as you can see, 800 to 1,000. And in that scenario, maybe you can reverse. You can have 600, 800 for the iftar, and then you can have 200 calories in suhoor, and then be able to continue to fast again. As you may have seen that, and we developed that several years ago, this is what's called the Ramadan nutrition plate. Very, very simple, easy way for people to do. Quarter of the plate is protein, quarter is raw vegetables, quarter is cooked vegetables, and quarter is carbohydrates with 2 spoons of olive oil. People can have 1 or 2 dates with water, and dessert, which can be a piece of fruit, and the drink is milk in that scenario. And as you can see, this is a very nice 770 calorie meal. So having people on a meal of that nature will not be a big problem. In the program, we are using CGM for everyone. And we tell people that you need to keep your time and target around 70% or more during the intervention phase. During the maintenance phase, we don't go lower than 85% time range. So let me give you a summary of the intervention. In the intervention phase, discontinuation of all diabetes medication at the beginning of the program. People fast for 16 hours. They use very low calorie diet, 800 to 1,000, natural food and diabetes formula, or they can do their own formula if they have the capacity to do that, some protein and some vegetables, fruits. But you have to keep the protein intake high, around 1 to 1.5 gram per kilogram, because you don't need your patient to lose muscle mass. We advise them to do strength exercise to keep muscle mass up, and then, as I told you, CGM for the entire duration of the program. Beyond that, they will go for the maintenance phase, as I told you, 1,500 to 1,800, less than 40% carbohydrates, again 1 to 1.5 gram per kilogram of adjusted body weight in the form of protein. And we tell them, try to keep your time range more than 85. And if they go lower than 85, they can repeat 1 to 2 weeks of the program. So let me show quickly the results. And it is very encouraging results. People lost around 8% in the 12 weeks. So they can lose in Ramadan. As you can see, after 6 weeks, they lost 5% of their body weight. So in 4 weeks in Ramadan, maybe they will lose around 3 to 4%. And as you can see, also A1C dropped nicely down. This is 6.4 on 2 medications. You have to remember. And those medication had been stopped. And you can see the A1C is still 6.1 till the end of the program. We measure the muscle mass and the muscle mass to fat mass ratio to be sure that they are not losing that much from their muscle mass. And as you can see, the ratio went up, which is very encouraging. After 1 year, we have now 2.5 years already. 80% of the people are still in remission. A1C lower than 6.5, and time range is more than 85 on no medication. We evaluated quality of life of those people, and the quality of life improved by 100%. So this is the first group, and I hope you will have many groups of your patients starting this during Ramadan. I think it is a fantastic opportunity to help people for jump start of their weight loss and also remission from diabetes. And you may ask about the compliance. Actually, the compliance was very, very high, since we told the people that you will get remission from diabetes, you will stop your medication, it works very well. But you have to remember, this only for people with diabetes within 5 years, people with on 2 medications and with A1C at the start lower than 8%. So Ramadan fasting is a time-restricted eating, which is one of the 3 models of intermittent fasting that exert their benefits through caloric restriction and also devoiding the liver from intrahepatic fat by that fasting. Ramadan may be an opportunity for very good weight reduction, and Ramadan is an opportunity for starting diabetes remission journey for patients with duration of diabetes less than 5 years and on up to 2 medications, not insulin, and with A1C lower than 8%. I hope some of your patients will try it, and I hope every one of you will have a very good Ramadan, and my best wishes for you and your patients. Ramadan Kareem. Thank you very much.